Hey, it's Erica with Croupin Poopin Scoopin, and welcome back to my channel. If you are interested in hearing about self-sabotage when it comes to life or business or any type of situation, stay tuned. Guys, welcome back to my channel. My backdrop, I'm not cleaning my bedroom. It's not going to happen, but I wanted to make this video. I'm in the process of doing a jobber series, but I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. That is so boring to me. Like, I am so bored making those. And when I watch them, because they're very like factual, straight to the point, blah, 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 they're boring for me to watch. And the views are actually really low on those, but I'm going to continue to make them because I think it's going to be really valuable. But I needed to take a break. But I was going through it. I was reading through my comments because I haven't responded back to you guys in a little bit. So I was doing this and a lot of them stuck out to me, but one in particular. But in the comment, Courtney was saying that she heard my podcast on the Side Hustle Nation, and so she found my channel, which was really cool. She started her business, but then COVID hit. You know, she had the flyers, she had all the things, and then it kind of like shut down. And so now she's kind of concerned about, is she gonna fail? And she engages in self-sabotage behavior and has high anxiety. Well, hello. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Erica Croupin, and I'm the owner of Croupin's Poopin Scoopin. I also suffer from anxiety, self-sabotaging behavior, but I'm not letting it ruin my life like it used to. Anxiety and self-sabotaging behavior ruined my 20s, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let it ruin my 30s. How did I change this? I really had to sit down and look at myself in the mirror and figure out what was the cause of my anxiety and really pay attention and document it. Why do I have anxiety? I realized clutter causes me to have anxiety. So what did I do? I completely redid my bedroom. I would show you guys my room right now, but it's kind of a mess because I just came back from vacation, which is causing me anxiety. So I need to get that clean. That's going to happen this weekend. I started getting rid of things, because too many things messes with my brain. I also started to get rid of debt. So what does that mean? Stop buying things, quit going places where I'm going to spend a bunch of money, putting myself into situations to where I have all this debt. And this is all going to kind of relate to what I'm trying to get to, is the more debt you have and the more responsibility you have, it's harder to make risks and take chances on things, right? So say for instance, if you have a ton of debt and you're paycheck to paycheck, you don't have a lot of wiggle room, and you want to start a business or you want to do something, it's hard to do that because you have so many things riding on you. But say for instance, if your monthly bills are really low, right? You have wiggle room, you have extra money to spend, taking a chance isn't as scary as it seems. So that's what I started doing. My husband and I started working on getting rid of our debt. And we were pretty much debt free except for our house. And then what did I do? My father had a stroke. I lost my mind because he not only had the stroke, but he also went blind. This was a very emotional time for me. I went and financed not one, but two brand new 2020 Chevy Colorados. And I went and got a really bad tattoo from an artist that smelled really bad, which I had to cover up, which cost me $400 to cover up. This was all like within the same month. Like I was helped mentally. I was not okay. When my father had a stroke and I was feeling the way that I should have immediately went and started counseling again. But I didn't, because I wasn't really self-aware. Like I had been self-aware, and then I wasn't listening to the signs, and my husband wasn't paying attention to the signs that like, Erica's not okay. Erica needs some help right now. And I wasn't getting the support that I needed. So I put us $75,000 more in debt. So that obviously caused a lot more stress here at the house. We've talked about it, and it's a good thing that we have the trucks, because right now there are vehicle shortages It's hard to find used vehicles right now. So we have 2 brand new vehicles, which neither of us have had brand new vehicles. I haven't had one since I was, I don't know, 18. I don't think my husband's ever had a brand new vehicle. So this was his first one. And we can afford it, but it caused more stress. So moving forward, will I be doing that again? No, I will not. But moving forward, I realized that I needed to start going back to counseling. And I feel like counseling is really important. And you guys, I'm not like a health coach. I'm not a mental coach. I'm not a doctor. I'm none of that stuff. But I am somebody that suffers from issues. And a lot of us do have issues. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work on myself. And you can't rely on other people to help fix you. If somebody's stressing you out, or you got to look at yourself and figure out what's going on with me to where I'm freaking out. What's wrong with me? And so you need to read self-help books. You need to document your behavior. You need to figure out if you are self-sabotaging and you're saying the things to yourself. Really look at the situation, like I was saying prior, and what's causing the problem. Is it self-doubt? Why are you self-doubting yourself? Is it low self-confidence? In what area? Me personally, I always had low self-confidence because I couldn't spell very well. Believe it or not, I am not the best speller. I'm dyslexic. I make stuff up all the time. And it's something like I would never in my life go up to a blackboard or a whiteboard and write on it. I'll go up there and speak in front of people. I'll do public speaking. But if you were to ask me to go and write something on a board, it's not going to happen. And I missed out on a lot of opportunities in school because of that, because I was afraid. And I allowed it to stop me from doing so many things until I had a teacher that was like, so I was doing a physical therapist assistant, and the doctor teacher was like, you need to write this on the board. I'm like, I don't know how to spell it. He's like, nobody here knows how to spell it, but you write it enough times, you do it enough, you're going to learn how to spell it. And for some reason, that just like clicked. It clicked for me. I was like, you're right. I don't know how to do it right now. But I was so worried about what other people think of me. When you put so much pressure on yourself and you value other people's opinions so much that the thought of them not thinking that you're doing it right or that you could do it better, it stops you from living your life. It's not good. It's not healthy. And remember this, one that controls your emotions controls you. One that controls your emotions controls you. Really let that sink in. When I heard somebody say that, that was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to allow outside sources, my parents' drama that's going on, stop me from going and doing the things that I need to do, which all resorts back into self-reflecting, reading those self-help books, surrounding yourself with positive people, going to therapy and figuring out what's going on. I'm currently back in therapy. Last Wednesday was my first appointment. I have not been to a therapist in probably 8 years. And I know that I need to go back because there's some issues that I'm having in my business where I'm not able to go to the next level because I also self-doubt my skills as a leader within my business. And I know that I'm fully capable of it, but there's something that's just blocking it. So I'm putting in the time. I'm investing in myself to figure out what that is. Because I know I want to do it, but how do I do it? I always have to ask people, like, you think this is okay? Why do I have to ask people? Well, it all resorts back to my childhood where I wasn't allowed to do things without asking. Or if I did, I would get criticized. And that's something toxic that has carried on into my adult years. So I just have to remind myself, like, I'm a baddie. I got this. I got this under control. I am fully capable of making a good decision. And you need to think about that with yourself. So when you're sitting there and I say him and hawing, I don't know if that's a real thing, but you're like toggling back and forth. You're like, should I do this? Should I not do this? If it's something that you want to do, you just have to set yourself up for success. So you need to figure out what that looks like for you. And in this comment, you said that you already feel like a failure and you haven't started. You haven't failed. You just need to get the motivation to start back up again. going in business for yourself is scary. It really is very scary. And doing anything new is very uncomfortable. But when you feel uncomfortable, that's when growth is happening. So don't feel like a failure. COVID threw a wrench in everybody's plans and everybody's situation. But you just have to get creative, and you have to figure out how you want to do things, because at the end of the day, I can't run your business for you. Your significant other can't run your business for you. You're the only one that can do it, and everything's gonna fall on you. So if that means that you need to really put in some work on yourself, that's what you have to do. And it's such a beautiful thing. In my 30s, that's when I started like my personal growth journey and started working on myself, and it's been eye-opening. Some good, some bad, but it's totally worth it. And I'm never going to be a finished product. I'm always going to keep on working, because I'm going to keep on learning. And so that's essentially what you need to do for yourself. So it looks like you have all the things that you need to start your business. You just need to sit down and come up with a game plan. I never came up with a business plan, and part of me wishes that I would have done the research, but I was just like gung-ho, boom, we're gonna do this. So I didn't have a plan, and so I'm kind of like running wild. So I'm working on coming up with a plan, because I need to be structured. So you just need to figure out, if you haven't, your LLC or your DBA, okay? Once you get that figured out, you get your name, you're good to go. You start a Facebook page, because that's free. Then you can get a website, and you already have the flyer, so I imagine you already have your business name made up. Then you just start marketing, you start networking. A lot of it can be done online. The world is starting to open back up, so you can go into businesses such as like dog groomers, pet stores, boarding houses for animals. You could even go to real estate offices and ask them if you could put your flyers in their packets for new homeowners. That's like I could do a whole video on that. Local pizza shops, if you have the flyers or the takeout, ask them if you can advertise on their pizza boxes. Some might let you, some might not. Some might charge you, some might not. Putting cards at the gas pumps. You just have to get creative and look at guerrilla marketing. Look at how to start up a business. I'm eventually going to come out with a how-to guide, a course, a book, something of that nature. But like I said prior to this video, I have some stuff that I have to work on so I can get that stuff together for you guys. Because when I sit down to put something like that together, I can't even think straight. I'm like, I don't even know how to run a business. Are you kidding me? I thoroughly know how to run this business. I know how to start it up. Business is going well. It could be going a lot better if I could just get out of my own head. So I feel you. I understand where you're coming from. Just take one day at a time. Write some stuff out. If you're feeling a certain kind of way, you need to really look at what's making you feel that way, and just start making the changes, because it all starts with you. I'll give you one more little nugget before I get out of here. Sometimes I have a hard time doing office work at home. My bedroom's kind of a mess right now, and I can't think straight with the kids and my husband and all the demands of just being a wife and all that good stuff. So I went and rented an office at a local real estate office. So I just have my own little cubicle. I haven't been there yet. I'm going to this weekend. I'm going to take you guys along on that journey, I think. But that way I have my own little space to where I can do my videos. I can work on some office work, and I can just be like away from everybody, just me, my computer, my phone. And that type of stuff is important. And that all goes into like taking care of yourself. Boy, I'll do a whole video on that. This video is getting too long. We're already at 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of here. But I hope that helps. I hope this made some sense. I hope it wasn't too much rambling, but I didn't have any notes. I didn't have anything. This was kind of just like off the top of my head. So thank you so much for your comment. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you got this. Don't let yourself ruin yourself, okay? And until next time, bye.